So being a parent myself, I know that being a stay-at-home parent is a full-time job. Between, feeding, diaper changes, school drop-offs, nap time, it's really easy to feel like there's no extra time for you to find ways to earn extra money. But there are absolutely things out there that you can do that can fit into your busy schedule. And so that's what I want to do in today's video. I want to tell you the best side hustles that you can do as a stay-at-home parent. So these can be flexible gigs that can fit into your busy schedule. So whether you need something you can just do in short bursts or during nap time, I've got you covered. And to be clear, I've done over half of these things myself. So I'm speaking from experience with a lot of these things that I'm recommending. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, if you're looking for extra ways to make money online, being a transcriptionist is a great place to start. And while it won't make you rich overnight, it is a legitimate way to earn money. Many transcription companies actually welcome beginners, and most of the time they just require a simple assessment to get started, and they don't require any specialized equipment, at least the majority of them, though having something like noise canceling headphones definitely help. So something that's really important to keep in mind when it comes to transcription work, you're often paid per audio minute transcribed, not the actual working minutes that you put in. For example, it may take you 20 minutes to transcribe a 5-minute audio file. You are going to be paid based on that 5-minute audio file, not the 20 minutes that it took you. So sometimes pay can definitely vary, but I want to give you the name of some companies that I think are great ones that you should check out. So Rev is one of the most popular platforms, and it offers rates between $18 and $66 per audio hour, and it pays weekly via PayPal. Go Transcript is also another good one, and that'll pay up to $36 per audio hour, with top earners making over $1,200 per month. And Transcribe Me is also a very popular one, and that offers short audio clips, typically under 5 minutes, with rates starting at $15 per audio hour that pay weekly. Now, if you're a detail-oriented person and you're good at typing, then being a transcriptionist is a great way to earn. And the thing I like about it is it's incredibly low barrier to entry and has a little bit of like a gigafied feel to it. So definitely a side hustle you should check out. Now, the second side hustle that I would recommend to any stay-at-home parent is user testing and market research. And this is one of the side hustles that I named as the best side hustle to do in 2025 because it is incredibly easy to do. And I personally can make around $1,000 a month. And this is something that I can easily work around my busy schedule as a parent. Now, user testing and market research platforms pay you to share your opinion on websites, apps, products, or even just your day to day. They want real feedback from real people and they're willing to pay for it. So typically you'll complete like short tasks or surveys, 5 to 30 minutes, and answer questions about your experience. And what you'll find is the longer, more involved tasks, like let's say virtual focus groups, will pay more, often in the hundreds of dollars. And shorter, more quick turnaround tasks or surveys will pay like $10 to $30. But you can do a lot of them in a day or even a week, and it adds up. And lately, I've been doing a lot of studies around like how I use AI for work or just in my day-to-day. And there's a number of different user testing and market research companies. I've done a whole blog on it that I will link. But my favorite three that you can do are Scout is one of the highest paying platforms. That's always my go-to. And it offers studies that pay anywhere from like $20 to like $350. And Respondent is a newer one I started that's done really well for me. And that pays well for expert insight. So with some studies offering, $50 to even $250 per session, I just recently did a session that paid me $200 for about an hour's work. Now, user interviews is another great option for high-paying research studies, and it typically pays like $30 to $100 per session. And the great thing about it is it truly does work around your time. Sometimes there's focus groups that they need you at a specific time that you'll schedule with them, but most of the time when you're doing tasks or surveys, you just do it when you can get to it, as long as it's before the deadline. So that's why it's one of my favorite ways to make money. And because there's, 100 different market research and user testing companies, you can cast a pretty wide net and start to get money from multiple different places. And the more you do it, the more you know which ones work for you and don't work for you. So I'll just give you a list of some ones for you to check out so you can figure out which ones make the best sense for you. As a parent, I know how quickly babies grow out of things. So strollers, car seat, cribs, a number of different things. And rather than letting them just sit there go unused, you can actually rent them out and make money through a company called BabyQuip. So BabyQuip is actually a platform that allows parents to rent out their baby gear to traveling families. So some families are making over $5,000 per month with this side hustle. And it's an amazing way to turn unused baby items into passive income. And if you already own the gear, there's little to no upfront cost. So here's exactly how BabyQuip works. It functions like Airbnb, but for baby gear. So providers list equipment, set prices, manage bookings, and customers rent these items instead of traveling with bulky gear. And orders can be delivered to hotels, vacation rentals, or airports. Now, when it comes to getting started, there is a sign-up cost. I know right now that startup cost is waived, so something to keep in mind, but it may be back on by the time you look to check it out. They set you up with everything you need to know because when you're renting out your gear, you are essentially an independent contractor, so there's things that you're going to need on your own. I think the biggest thing to keep in mind when it comes to renting out baby gear, the business can be as big or as small as you want to make it. You can keep it simple and just rent out what you already have in your house. Or if you start to see that it's making you a lot of money, you can scale it and you can start being really strategic on the things that you buy based on what you know that people need. Some people have since built out the business to have like warehouses of items that they go and they rent out, while most people just keep it small and whatever they can keep in their garage. It is a great way to be able to make a couple $100 extra a month to 5,000 extra dollars a month if that's something you're really interested in doing. Now, the fourth best way that I think that you can make money as a stay-at-home parent, and something I know a lot about, is being a remote online notary. Now, if you've seen my channel, watched any of my other videos, then you know I personally am a remote online notary and I have a number of videos on it that you can check out if you want to get further into it. But it is a great side hustle that you can easily turn into a full-time income if that is something that you're looking to do. Now, as a remote online notary, you notarize documents for clients completely online. And as a notary, you'll notarize a number of people's most important documents. So, like opening retirement accounts, powers of attorneys, wills, deeds. And you yourself have probably gotten documents notarized. But the best thing about being remote means no in person meetings, no travel, and the flexibility to work your own schedule. So, me personally, as somebody who has a number of things going on, outside of content creation, I have a full time job, I have kids, I have a life, and just working about 10 hours a week being a remote online notary, I can easily bring in $500 extra a week. So there is a lot of earning potential when it comes to being a remote online notary. And the great thing about being a remote online notary is, unlike being a traditional in-person notary, your clientele is global. So not only can you notarize documents for people in your state, you can do it for people in other states, you can do it for people in other countries. And the great thing about that is, let's say that the only time you have available is 8 p.m. to midnight. Well, you can notarize documents for people in the States who are enjoying their evenings, or you can also notarize documents for people abroad who are just starting their morning. So there is a huge clientele that you can capture when it comes to being a remote online notary. Now, becoming a notary in general sounds more intimidating than it is. Yes, there are a lot of steps, but like I said, I have a number of videos that you can check out when it comes to being a remote online notary. I'll also link some other resources that can help you understand the process. If you want to, I have a course that you can check out as well. But that's definitely one of the ones. If you're looking to be a remote online notary, I got you covered. So check out my channel a little bit more. And the fifth and final side hustle that I think all stay-at-home parents should get into is reselling items. Now, this is another side hustle that I have personally done for a number of years and have made thousands of dollars doing it. And the great thing about it, most of the time there's no upfront cost when it comes to just reselling items. And there are a number of platforms, Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, that you can sell both pre-owned and brand new items. And the best way to get started when it comes to reselling is just going through and decluttering your home. Check your closets, check your garage, check your storage spaces, and find those items that you no longer need but may be of value to somebody else, and just start posting them. That's how I got started with reselling, and it's the easiest way to kind of get your feet wet so you better understand how to go about it. Now, when it comes to just maximizing your earnings and your sales through reselling, here's just some of the tips that I've picked up along the way. You want to research similar sold items to price items competitively. So go on the apps, find a similar item to the one you want to sell, and just make sure you're kind of mirroring the price and even the description. I would take high quality photos in good lighting. You want to make sure you're representing the quality of the item exactly how it is. Write clear and detailed descriptions of exactly what the person is going to get. The best thing about reselling is once you sell a few items, you really start to get a hang of what sells and what doesn't and what people are looking for. And if this is something that you're looking to scale and not just, sell an item here and there as it no longer has use for you, something that you can do is just reinvest the profit that you've made from reselling into buying more items that you can then flip. So go to your local flea market, your thrift stores, your garage sales, and find items at those places for cheap and sell them for higher. That is a great way to bring in some additional income. And there you have it. Those are the best side hustles for stay at home parents that can absolutely fit into your schedule without you having to sacrifice your family time. So whether you want to be a transcriptionist, you want to do user testing and market research, you want to rent out baby gear, you want to be an online notary, you want to resell, there's something in there for you to try out. So I went ahead and threw together a quick blog post on everything I just spoke about, just in case it's easier for you to read it than to hear me talk at you. And that is on my website, sidehustleseattle.com, but also linked in the description and the comment section. Now, I've been enjoying making these little listicles of different things that people can do side hustle wise, especially for like different demographics and groups of people. So let me know which different listicles you would like to see me make for videos. I'm thinking the next one I'm going to do is for seniors and retirees to highlight the best side hustles that they can do. But I'm interested in hearing what you're interested in so I can go ahead and make a video of it. If you haven't already, go ahead and just subscribe to my channel. Thank you as always for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one.